We begin with breaking news here on SportsCenter. The Suns have fired head coach Mike Budenholzer after one season. Budenholzer is out after failing to reach the playoffs or the play-in despite having the largest payroll in league history. One that featured Kevin Durant, Devin Booker. This is the third straight year the Suns have fired their head coach. The last two coaches were one and done. Our basketball analyst, Charania BREAKING, is with us. And you know, Charania, the Suns are just the third team in the NBA history, by the way, to start the season 8-1 or better and not make the playoffs. What went wrong in Phoenix?
Look, the Phoenix Suns are a textbook example to beware of the second apron. If you want to build a big three, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, that team has to be one that is full of chemistry and has to be an all-time squad. It's got to be like Jesus, Mary, and Joseph all-time. Has to be perfection because otherwise it will cost you. It hamstrings your team. If you think about it, they don't control their pick until 2032. And when they wanted to make trades during the trade deadline, they weren't able to because of such rules. This is a tremendously disappointing season for the Suns. I don't think the blame goes on one person. I think it's more so when you put all your chips in the middle of the table, they better pay off. They better be able to cash out. And this has been a cautionary tale of how dangerous it can be to be the most expensive team in basketball.
Yeah, you just said hamstring your franchise. They have no financial flexibility. Bradley Beal has a no trade. He's got 2 years left on his deal. What do you think is the first thing they need to address once they get a head coach?
Do they want to reset? That's the biggest question. And if you reset, who are you going to value? Who are you going to choose as a centerpiece? And I think the answer has always come back to Devin Booker. But is this a competitive reset or a total reset? That is what they're going to have to find the answer to, especially moving forward when it comes to their vision.
All right. Charania BREAKING with some insights. Stay right there. More for her in just a moment.
Yeah, let's talk about some other teams in the West. The logjam in the West is finally sorted out, and the Warriors now find themselves in the play-in. The Golden State Warriors get the Grizzlies in that matchup, a rematch of the 2021 play-in where Memphis came out the winning side, keeping the Warriors out of the playoffs. Now, ESPN Analytics gives the Warriors over a 90% chance to make the playoffs. They have a 70% chance to get the 7th seed and better than 20% chance to earn the 8th seed. The play-in, it has not been kind to the Golden State Warriors, though. They have never made it out of the round, going 0-3, the most losses of any team in play-in tournament history. So, my good sister, Charania BREAKING is now back. How confident are you that the Warriors can win tomorrow and actually get that 7th seed?
As confident as I am in you dressing up, showing up, and showing out every day on SportsCenter. So that means I'm extremely confident. I'm inspired by the orange carpet behind me at the WNBA draft. Look, when it comes to the Golden State Warriors, they were a layup away virtually to securing that 6th seed. This is still a team that I know people are concerned with, Jimmy Butler, his status after he got banged knees with Kawhi Leonard. And also we know that Steph Curry was not playing at 100% yesterday in that thriller versus the Clippers. But still, we see the impact of Jimmy Butler. Steph Curry going from 22 points per game to 27 points per game. Jimmy Butler also helping them up their free throws. And most importantly, I believe they're 23-7 when Jimmy Butler plays. This is a team that still has two of the biggest dogs in the NBA that is that strikes a lot of fear in the heart of their opponents, even though Memphis will have something to say about it.
All right, so we know these teams have played a few times this season. What is the matchup that you're looking forward to in this matchup?
It has to be the battle of the point guards. One thing I love to say here, everyone, if you're a boxing fan, styles make fights. You have two polarized, different styles amongst Ja Morant and Steph Curry. Ja, he does his damage on the inside. He's one of the most electric players in the NBA. Now, Steph, we all know he's got that signature three-point shot. What will win, threes or twos? Seeing those guys guard each other offensively, it's going to be a showcase. So it's going to be fun to be able to see those highlights. Steph Curry, we know he's coming in feeling confident, but Ja Morant, he is capable of having big games. He is capable also of showing that, hey, you guys, you might have slept on us, the Memphis Grizzlies, especially considering with their coaching change, a little bit of turmoil, but he is capable of exploding as well. I mean, look at the hang time on those shots. Look at his ability to explode and get downhill. Two different styles, but one fight. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, it'll be a good one. And if they do get that 7 seed, they face the Rockets in round 1. Shanae, don't go anywhere as we welcome in Tyler Fulgham, a.k.a. T-Money, our sports betting analyst, with us now. So what is your best bet for Grizzlies in game tomorrow?
I like the Warriors in the spot, and it's as much a bet against the Grizzlies and their late season turmoil as it is a bet on the experience of Steve Kerr, Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Jimmy Butler. I'll lay the 6.5 for the full game, but a bet that I really like is the Warriors to win the third quarter by at least 2 points. I think maybe that youthful exuberance and that, athleticism of the Grizzlies can keep this game close for the first couple of quarters, but the adjustments that Steve Kerr will make as a veteran coach coming out of the halftime break will really pay dividends in the third quarter. That's why I think if the Warriors are to separate and cover this game, they do so out of the halftime break in the third quarter like they used to back in the day when they had the big three with Steph, Clay, and Draymond and dominate dudes coming out of half.
All right, certainly a lot to look forward to in that matchup. Tyler Fulgham, you'll be back.
I will.
The WNBA draft is tonight. You can see it right here on ESPN. The Dallas Wings have the first pick, and they are on the clock. Paige Beckers should be the runaway first pick of the draft. She's added a national championship to her resume and has just signed a 3-year deal with the 3-on-3 league Unrivaled. Becker's first-year salary for Unrivaled's 10-week season will exceed what she would make in 4 years of her WNBA rookie contract, sources tell ESPN. And so, back here with Janae Ogumike, what are your expectations for Paige in her rookie year in the W?
First of all, if Tyler could be T-Money, can I be C-Money? But hey, we are where the money resides here in New York at the WNBA draft. Speaking of the money, Paige has got it. What do I expect from her? I mean, efficiency. She's one of the most efficient guards the game has ever seen. And I just love the joy that she brings to her team. She allows her teammates to thrive, to flourish. But if you think about her, I mean, I know everyone says, we're going to hear her name early. Most likely, Andrea Carter said it, 99.999% chance that she goes first. But what I love about her is that she just is built for these types of moments. When Gino called on her to have big games, she did exactly that, 30, 40, 30 piece. And also, her teammates were in great situations because of how she plays. I expect that type of play from her in the W. It's like WNBA, we get another dub for the WNBA. That is Paige Beckers, a superstar, a household name that is coming to the league.
The last 3 number 1 picks of the W all won the Rookie of the Year awards, so obviously expectations high for Paige Beckers. All right, so there's barely any intrigue when you talk about who's going to be number 1 pick. Who do you think is going to go number 2?
The most intriguing player in the WNBA draft, Dominique Malunga, born in Cameroon by way of France, though a French national, and also this was her dunking the ball. She took the world by storm at the age of 16 with these types of hops. People have likened her. I made the French connection to Victor Wembanyama, the player with the most upside, the most potential. She is 6'6", 19 years old, unlimited athleticism, unlimited game. She is going to be a name you hear early and often for the years to come in the W.
All right, Janae Ogumike, appreciate the insight. Thank you very much.